day 2 of week 21. I hope you have read the chapter and enjoyed reading it. Becoming Master of Creations. So, Babaji has given all the tools, and now he's again reminding us to use our free will to be a creator, a master of creator. Use God's thought. So, we have choices and we want to use it. We want to create, but not with rules. We want to take responsibility now, and that responsibility is for our own thought. So we can limit ourselves with our limited thoughts, or we can choose from the infinite sea of thoughts, of God's thoughts, and we can create like God's creation. It's the creation continues. We were a creator, and we will be a creator. Only what we choose is going to differ. So, to continue further, I would like to invite Nehaji today. Welcome, Nehaji.
Thank you. Thank you, Preeti ji. Wonderful start to the session. And I welcome everyone again. And we have completed this amazing journey now through the understanding of the book. Each week has only brought us closer to understanding about our true potential, what actually it is, making us conscious creators throughout each chapter. We have been correcting our thoughts. We have been finding those erroneous thoughts and replacing them and trying to act on them, making them our reality. So, in this chapter specifically, you will learn how to harness that power of free will, align your thoughts with higher truth, and become the master of creation. So, the angle of free will is very, very nicely explained here, because creation is not something that happens outside of you. It begins with the choice of your thoughts. You have free will. It starts with that paragraph that you have free will. It cannot be overemphasized. So never forget it. That makes us responsible for our life and our experience. And no one can take that away from us unless we hand them the power. And even if that is our choice, we can reclaim our power back at any time. A day-to-day example, if we see that, a family member, if is making a hurtful remark or something, saying something to you and you don't like it, you might just hand them your power by replaying their words again and again, again and again, and letting them define your mood. But the moment you decide their opinion is theirs, it is not mine, you reclaim your power back. So free will, the concept, means you are free to think whatever you choose, and your thoughts will shape what manifests. It is very clearly written that you are free to think and will manifest. That's free will, the simplest definition of free will which we could ever find. Now, we all know that we always have two choices at any given moment. Either we choose our limited thoughts that come from our limited awareness and again start giving our power to everything around us, or consciously choose to be with God's thought and reclaim our power back. This is further explained with an example here of drinking water from a stagnant lake and a clean, cool lake. Both are lakes and we are hiking, so both potentially could quench your thirst. But even in our most desperate times, our choice matters. So on the surface, you may drink from from that stagnant lake, and you feel you have exercised your free will, or you've made a choice there. But just pause for a moment and reflect back. Why would you choose what makes you sick when clear and flowing water is right beside it? definitely we are under some sort of illusion. So the deeper question here is, although it seems that you made a choice, but what made you choose that? So the truth is, most often these kind of choices, they come from conditioning, they come from circumstances, habits, or just plain ignorance. The mind is just repeating old patterns. So you aren't really fully choosing, you are just following what you have been always doing, what you have always known. So in that case, all your experiences will be repetitive also. Same experiences of fear, pain, ill health, loneliness, they keep repeating. So free will actually comes into play when awareness enters. When you realize that I don't have to drink from this stagnant lake. I can choose the clear, cool lake. It is right beside it. That's when you break out of your old habits and your thoughts are aligned with God's thought. And naturally, the experiences that it will give will be of freedom, joy, abundance, bliss. You will feel more energized, more alert on the trip because you have consciously chosen to be with God's thought. You are no more acting under any illusion. So that is how our mind works. Some thoughts are just stagnant, circling endlessly, coming back like a loop, carrying the stench of the past. And some thoughts are clear, they are fresh, they are open to all beautiful possibilities and experiences. But why do we choose those stagnant thoughts? Is a pattern that we have to break. So it says that you do not relinquish your free will when you freely choose to use God's thought, which simply means that even if we choose to be with God's thought, we are not giving our freedom away. In fact, we are making the use of free will in the most purest form. Because sometimes we confuse free will. Okay, free will is like doing whatever we like in this moment. And we just replay all the things, sadness, thoughts of anger, thoughts of fear. So, but free will is when you take that pause, stepping back, noticing these patterns and changing it to more conscious way of thinking. So the power to direct your mind to God's thought is actually what free will was truly meant for. And that's where we need mastery. And if you see in a daily life thing, a disagreement happens around you, my first impulse will be to snap back, as usual, in anger. But on the surface, reacting immediately feels like I have exercised my free will. But actually, it is a conditioned response. I have always seen that happen. Somebody talks to me like that, and I will be angry. So, if you consciously train yourself to be calm in that situation, you will respond, but you will have multiple ways to get to an amicable solution. It's not that you will keep mum, but you will respond more consciously. And staying calm only means here that you are no longer controlled by the heat of the moment. You are not giving your power away. So you can choose a response that leads to harmony instead of a conflicting response. But again, if it's the other way, you choose to act from the thoughts of anger or any such limiting thoughts, then you have become slave of your mind. So the two contrasting words in this entire chapter are master and slave. Master is the creator of the experiences, and slave just blindly follows without awareness. We don't even know that our choices are coming from slavery of such thoughts. These habitual negative thinking patterns have trapped us. And even though you don't want to react in a certain way in a certain situation, you feel compelled. You just can't hold yourself. It's so deeply into us. And once we react like that, we obviously feel fragile, we feel more vulnerable. Because when our mind is dominated by these illusions, our freedom to respond in awareness is lost. That's why it says in the book that in that condition, you cannot continue on the road of life freely making choices and freely experiencing the infinite games of love, abundance, peace, and happiness. So, only being with God's thought guarantees us free will. And within that thought are infinite right choices. Choices that don't arise from fear or lack or loneliness or scarcity of any kind. And just to give an example to this, to understand what is meant here is like the other day I was already out, and on the way of coming back, I thought I'll pick some groceries. And I went to the grocery store and I realized that I have run out of tomatoes at home. So I got everything except tomatoes in that store. Then I decided to go to another store and check for tomatoes. There also, there were no tomatoes that day. So I thought, okay, I didn't fixate myself on the tomato part so much. I thought I have a lot of things available. I can prepare something else. And because I stayed open to that idea, I, of course, I could, uh, you know, find other ways to cook without tomatoes or substitute them, substitute other ingredients uh, with tomatoes. So if I had been just dependent, stuck on having tomatoes for that dish, my options probably would have been just limited. I might have just stuck to a single tomato based dish in my mind. But because there were no tomatoes, I could try different dishes which didn't require tomatoes. So what I want to say is that my awareness that time was what I have rather than what I didn't have. So my free will revealed infinite choices to me. So and another wonderful thing happened that day, that later that evening my husband picked some food while coming back, and coincidentally what he got was tomato pasta, and had like huge red cherry tomatoes, and there was so much in it that I could not even finish. So this was a daily life, small things you can see that how when you live in the thoughts of abundance, you are responded with abundance. So here it sums up that if you want to experience all these God's qualities, then there has to be only and only one choice: to dive into the vat of love called God's thought. Because in that vat are infinite choices for you to play and replay the mighty game of creation. That's the sentence in the book. So dive into the vat of love basically means choosing consciously, aligning your thoughts with God qualities. And here your free will remains with you. And you take decision fearlessly, because all your choices are naturally and inherently right because they are aligned with God qualities. And that's why it says playing and replaying mighty game of creation. So note the word replay here, because life is not just a one time event, it's a continuous process. If you created something and it doesn't fully express God's qualities, you can again use your free will, pause, reflect, and adjust and choose again consciously. And we have learned through this course how to correct our thoughts, We have done that with the help of our higher self. Only when we acknowledged our whole self, we could get the correct guidance. But at this point, there is a word of caution given here that although now it seems very easy to understand all this, and you may feel, wow, what a grand knowledge I have acquired. And it's very easy to align myself with God's thought. But always remember that we are not fully aligned yet. We are at a very delicate stage where our tuner can easily drift to another station. So if you are not attentive, you might start picking up another station. Again, those limiting thoughts can very well uh, come into you, and you won't even realize it. You haven't realized it till now, none of us. So it can, if we are not diligent enough, it can happen again. So you are in transitional phase, moving from this conscious practice, you are moving to a more natural alignment. So you are in that in between stage where even a subtle distraction can pull you away if you are not careful. So be diligent at this stage. And diligent only means that do not give up. Just whenever you see something negative, any thoughts, any such illusory thoughts, just bring back yourself to God's thought. So paying careful attention to whatever you are thinking. Then uh, it says, do not entertain thoughts that are illusions. And uh, through this book, it is very easy to recognize illusions. It is when your thoughts drift into past or future. And as we all know, that past no longer exists and the future hasn't arrived. And even if we look at past, we cannot rely on it because it always shows some fragments of the entire story. It's not the entire story. Just for example, if we lose someone or we have experienced pain in the past, our mind just clings to that suffering part. We just remember the loss, we remember the sadness and emptiness. We keep replaying them. That's just a small fragment of the entire story. So, again, why are we choosing that? Why are we choosing to drink from that stagnant lake? While we have forgotten that, wow, the clear lake, the thoughts of love, joy, shared moments were there. So, try to see a bigger picture. So similarly, when we think about future, we often focus on just one fearful fragment, that possibility that that pain will again repeat. Some same experience will happen. And we already imagine the worst and ignore all the ways life could bring uh, positive experiences. So in both the cases, we are dwelling on these fragments. And that keeps us trapped in fear, sadness, and such limited patterns. So, whenever you see that happening, there's a clear instruction. Whenever you see yourself dwelling on such fragments, remember that this line you always recall, that you are still drinking from that stagnant lake. I will not never forget this. So, when you notice yourself uh, drifting into fear or lack or worry, change your focus, return to the present moment. Now, talking about the present moment, we often think of present moment as something in time, because past, present, and future, because that's how the mind organizes everything. But actually, the present moment only points to your presence in that moment, your awareness in that moment. You create the present moment by the quality of thoughts you choose at that moment. You can keep dwelling on the painful fragment, or you can be grateful for all the things you got till now. And the quality of thoughts basically decide your present moment. So here there's one line. Uh, that think abundance, count your blessings, dwell on all the things you do have. So dwelling is not a problem, but what are you dwelling on is the main thing. And now the best way to bring your wandering mind to awareness is to connect what is happening around you. So that's why we do these exercises, to just first bring our attention to our body and attention to what is happening around us, listening to the sounds around you, sight, smell around you, connecting to whatever we have in this moment, because the thoughts of God exist only in the present moment. That space to choose is your present moment, and that's where you experience all the qualities: peace, love, abundance, joy, happiness. And you will feel abundant immediately when you connect with everything you have, when you are grateful, when you feel affluent in your mind that I have so much. So it says, for heaven's sake, never joke about being poor. And joking about poverty may seem very harmless. We always find ourselves saying few things like, if I order that expensive dish, then I'll be eating bread and butter for the week. Or we are too broke to plan a vacation, or something like that. I find myself saying a lot of such things too. But when you say such things, your subconscious accepts it as it is. So it's like a programming you are giving to yourself. So it will only invite experiences of poverty or lack, or in some way or the other. So as we are transitioning, mindful use of words is very essential, because at the end of the day, uh, our words, our thoughts, our actions need to be all aligned to shift our experience to all the divine qualities. So, in the book, it has given some examples that if you feel unloved or unaccepted, then your awareness again goes on what is not there rather than abundance. So, if you notice any such thoughts, any thoughts of failure, just snap out of it. Visualize that you are a successful person in whatever you are doing. So, anything small or big, even washing dishes, to eating a meal, to for or a business deal, anything, any small task, whatever you are doing, feel that you are successful at it. You're great at it. So, there's a very nice line here, that it's crucial for success that you think of success. So, basically, it's crucial for success. Success is waiting for us. That please think of me, because it exists, but you have to bridge that gap. So get into the habit of uh, creating those successful present moments. And choosing God's thought every moment doesn't mean that you will never think of past or future. It only means that if you look at past, don't get stuck in the pain or regret. Instead, be grateful. Look at the bigger picture. Look at your lessons, the love you received, the abundance you have had. And if you look at the future, don't just immediately slip into anxiety or fear of any kind. Instead, be open to receive what is going to come. More happy experiences are unfolding. Let it unfold. So, this way, your mind, even if it visits past or future, it stays in the now. You are creating successful present moment because your awareness right now is rooted in gratitude, love, and abundance. Then it says, stay only with the present. The future never comes. So the future is never out there. It is created in the now by the quality of our thoughts. If we think on Monday that something will go wrong on Friday, then the whole week we plant and water that thought of fear. And on Friday, that becomes our reality. And then again, based on the experience on Friday, we plan other days. So the loop continues. So there is a clear warning that you must now be very diligent in your thinking. And whenever you lapse into illusion, just know that you need to return and consciously train yourself to return to God's thought and never get tired of this. So this week uh, is basically to practice diligence, a quality also, just to it like less, to just keep watching and aligning yourself and not tiring yourself, not getting tired of that thing. You are committed to this and you want to experience everything, whatever is in God's thought. So to change your thoughts, now you have the guidance of higher self. Intuitively, you may have uh, always received guidance, uh, which thoughts to correct. And uh, during the previous exercises, we have also done some sort of signals. So you would know now that how to create a new signal that if some kind of conditioned behavior or thought pattern is active, your body signals you with something which would feel uncomfortable. So just notice all the times when your body shows such signals. It can be some signals from sweaty palms to restlessness to heaviness to itching, anything. You would know it. Uh, so the activity part this week is to ask your higher self for a negative signal, and you begin to familiarize yourself with that. And whenever you notice that signal, notice your thoughts and make the correction needed. So to just sum it all up, creation happens only in the present moment. If we choose the stagnant lake, we have experiences that may cause illness, that may cause restlessness, that may cause uncomfortable experiences. And if we choose the cool, fresh lake, we have experiences of God qualities. So we are not slaves, but masters of our own thoughts. So the power is always, always with us to choose God's qualities and experiences always. That's how we rightly use free will. So with that, I would just conclude this talk. Thank you for your patient listening and giving me this beautiful opportunity again. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, Nehaji. Such a beautiful summary and great detail on small, small little words Babaji have put for us to think. Truly, you have brought those details, and it's amazing. Actually, from where I started, that's where you ended. Same thing, and in between, a lot of things to gather. Very beautiful summary and very detail. Thank you so much.
Thank you. There is so much, even though you've read it so many times, but always you find new things. And
Yes,
and
bringing
these
awareness of
small
free will.
words, yeah,
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 that you react. You think that you are using your free will, but it's simply a reaction to a situation. So that's not actually you are not actually using your free will. You're behaving from out of patterns. So
conditioning,
great,
yeah,
yeah. Awareness needs to be there.
right.
Thank you.
And always don't get fixated on tomatoes.
Yeah, I
Very
know.
good.
It
And
it helped me that day.
also, also since now we know very clearly that we are creating our experiences through our thoughts, the reverse is also possible for us to see, right? That means if you see your experiences are uncomfortable, You got to go back and check where did you drink the water from, right? So our experiences, our manifestations are a reflection of our thinking pattern. So it's a direct indicator available to us right there in front of us, right? So when we pay attention to our experiences, we can immediately go back, because lot of thinking that we are doing unconsciously. It's a pattern, so it's happening in an auto mode. Once we begin to realize that, okay, I have to pay attention, be aware of my thoughts, then I need to just look at what's going on around me right now. What am I experiencing in life at that time, right? No need to think about the history of mine, right? My past. No, past was based on previous thoughts. But right now, what I am experiencing is based on my current thoughts. And that is a clear indicator for us to immediately go back and check, well, okay, what's going on, right? That is a very important thing. And choosing abundance will bring abundance. Not binding yourself to anything, right? Not even tomatoes. Don't bind yourself to anything, and then you will have abundance. This is such a beautiful example Neha ji has given. This is sort of implementing what we are learning, right? Implementing what we are learning uh, will create the experiential validation of what we are learning. We become confident, yes, I am learning the right thing now. This is how I can now control my life. So we are sort of bringing the control back to ourselves. So thank you so much. Everything has been covered beautifully.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much again.
The chapters seem so
This has
easy.
become one of my favorite chapters now. Yes, I
And the
enjoyed
chapters
reading
seem
it
so
so
easy,
much.
very clear.
Yeah.
There's nothing big jargon, and we have been learning also from week 7 on, we are aligning, correcting our thoughts. And now actually Babaji understands that we know how to dwell in God's thought. Still he knows that you will slip. I know you will slip.
Yes.
Especially after week 20. Week 20 was amazing,
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay, then we proceed with the practice now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can play the music,
Yeah.
Shaileshi, please.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you. Okay, everyone, then get ready. You can get comfortable first. Just take your comfortable sitting posture. Close your eyes gently. And start focusing on your breath. Breath is the easiest way we can come to the present moment. So just take a minute. Adjust yourself. Adjust your spine. If you need cushions, pillows, anything around you to make yourself comfortable, do that. A slow, deep, long inhale and exhale. Leaving everything, all the worries, all the tensions behind. Just inhaling fresh breath of air, like drinking from that cool, calm lake. Every breath is providing you vitality, positive energy. And as you inhale and exhale, keep dropping that extra effort to be present. Let your body and mind settle very, very naturally into this moment. Awareness cannot be forced. Just allowing yourself to feel brings that awareness. So just feel everything around you. Feel how the chair or cushion is supporting your back. Your feet, feeling the surface underneath. You may hear some sounds near, far. Sound of fan, sound of AC, sound of laptop. Or you may be just completely focused on my voice. You may feel the air touching on your skin. The smells around you. Just register everything to begin completely feeling this moment. And with every inhale, feel this sense of calmness. And with every exhale, releasing what is not needed in this moment. Sometimes we hold a lot throughout the day. You're not even aware of it. But when you bring your awareness to this moment, everything settles, everything just passes by. All of us seek perfect life, harmony in relationships, prosperity, and good health. But we believe that all this comes at the cost of inner peace. This is the thought with which we have started creating our experiences. Our thoughts define this present moment. So just let's be in gratitude for everything. And just attune ourselves to God's thought. the vat of love. Boundless abundance, infinite possibilities exist here. The depth of this vat can never be known because it can never end. So much love. Feel that love in your heart center. Think of all the beautiful moments throughout the day. The little joys, the successful moments in the day. And see your aura radiating in love and light immediately. And from this place of abundance, let's clear our aura and send love to all the uninvited influences. I send love and light to all uninvited influences in my aura. You are whole, you are healthy. You are created as love and light. You are still love and light. You feel no pain now. You are not at all afraid. Each of you has a perfect place to go. And I ask my higher self to take you there now. Each of you can go peacefully, happily, joyfully. And with that, I close my aura to all and choose to remain with my higher self. And in this moment, all my thoughts have become love, have become thoughts of abundance. I keep sending love to all the thought forms to expand in this love. All my thoughts reach their true potential. And now I allow myself to connect with my higher self. This connection with higher self is our connection to all the God qualities. So just feel the signal, feel the presence of your higher self. And feel God's love embracing you. Warmly hugging you. As love attracts love. Abundance attracts abundance. And so often we have forgotten about God's love in our difficult moments. We experience injustice and we wonder, why would even God allow it? Why did God choose me for this experience? But God's love was everywhere. It filled life with such joyful moments. I now refuse to see those fragments of pain. I choose love because God is love and I am love. Whenever we saw or felt something confusing, dark, or uncertain, we were asking, where is God? Why is He not guiding me? But God's light and truth, its presence was always there. The guidance has brought me here today. And today I am open to receive this light. God is light and I am light. I am truth, God's truth. For all those moments in life where I was dwelling on the fear and anger, holding on to painful moments of past. not talking to someone or just ignoring some people in my life. Did I forget that God gave me so many moments to be joyful, compassionate, and be happy with this person? So many wonderful, wonderful moments. I no more choose to drink from that stagnant lake of thoughts. I create my present moment and align myself with the happiness, compassion, and joy which God has. And I declare I'm joy, happiness, compassion. So many times we have doubted on God's omniscient intelligence. We felt we have no choices. We felt everything is over. Now life cannot move. And those thoughts just kept us overwhelmed, kept us in illusion. How did we forget our birthright? This birthright of free will. To pause, to make my choices more conscious. Whenever I do that, I align myself with God's omniscient intelligence. And it always opens new possibilities, new ways of thinking. Sometimes our minds may drift. Keep bringing your awareness back like that radio tuner and claim God is perfection. I am perfection. There always has been perfect things around me, even in this present moment. Countless things that I feel blessed about. It is so perfect. Only if I choose to see with God's vision. I thank God for this perfection. So many times we have repeated thoughts of lack But I'll never have enough money, I'll never have enough time. I can never do this. Comparing ourselves to others or just seeking validation from outside. But God's grace was always upon us. Prosperity existed, but we were in lack. So today I reclaim my power back. God is prosperity. I am prosperity. God is unconditional acceptance, non-judgment. Love doesn't judge, only accepts. In the times when I said life is unfair, this shouldn't have happened to me, so many times we have blamed ourselves and others, went into judgment because of our old habits. I no more choose that. I'm aware, I'm conscious, and I'm master of my creation. And now I invite my higher self to guide me, to become a master of creation. My dear higher self, please give me a signal for presence of any negative thoughts in my mind. My thoughts create my reality. So if there are any limited thoughts that are present, please give me a signal to recognize them. Any sensation in the body, any change of temperature that you feel on your skin, on your palms, any tummy rumbling, anything, it could be anything. Just note and ask your higher self to confirm if the signal is an accurate one. Confirm with your yes and no. Once you have it, thank your higher self. Thank many masters that are guiding us through our higher selves this moment. Send love to all of them. They have opened their heart, poured out their love in these teachings, given us a new way to look at our life. So this is the time to reciprocate. Open your heart. Let it just flow. Let the love flow. Go around everywhere. You are so abundant, so full of love, so prosperous. And you just can't help giving it out. Feel the weight of all those patterns, limited thoughts going away. Feel the joy that comes when you return to God's thought. Taking a deep breath and sending love to everyone in your family, to everyone of each of your friends, to the entire universe. And that's how you tune into abundance. By just sending love. Now let us close our aura by saying, I close my aura to all except my higher self. With that, you again bring your awareness to the present. Your present state full of love and prosperity. Now, just slowly come back as you went in, bringing your attention slowly to the world around you. Start focusing on the sounds near or far. Smell the air again. Feel the space your body occupies. Feel that cushion, feel that chair. Everything is now vibrating in love. Slowly take both of your palms on top of your eyes and open your eyes slowly behind your palms. Take a minute to feel this. Allow to yourself to soak this experience and be grateful to Babaji for this immense knowledge and a reminder to stay diligent. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Nehaji, for gentle guidance. Beautiful practice. Thank you.
Wake up. Any questions? Anything if somebody would like to share?
So 21 weeks of practice, new chapters, and all the questions are settled.
Yeah,
Now
I think so.
we have to think correctly and
Now
be in your
everybody's aligned already.
Perfect. So let me ask a question then.
Yes.
Right? Okay. So my question to everyone is, what is your understanding of being in the present? And part two of the question is, why is it necessary to be in the present? What's the advantage? So these are the two questions. I would like to hear from any one of you who would like to share their understanding. What is the meaning of being in the present? You can unmute and speak also.
You should choose Shaileshji today.
I think we should give a little more time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're still coming out of
Whatever is your understanding. See, this is the way in which you can clarify your understanding. There, many a times we assume things, and those assumptions lead us in the wrong direction. That's why it is important to clarify the understanding, especially when there are critical things. So we may have any thoughts about many things which don't really matter, but there are certain things which are important, right? And that's where I ask questions. So share your understanding. What is your understanding of being in the present moment? Or you may want to say, well, why are we not in the present moment all the time? Or are we in the present moment all the time. Basically, understanding of present moment. What does this really mean to you?
We are in the present moment, unconsciously thinking past.
To me,
Yes,
to
Sandhya
me, it means
Hmm.
no judgment, no distractions, just be. That does not mean I'm not thinking.
Hmm.
It only means I'm not judging.
Hmm.
So normally when I'm in the present moment, there's no judgment. Oh, sorry, I'm off camera. Okay.
Hmm.
Whereas for me, that is the most important thing. Total lack of judgment, total understanding
Hmm.
and grounding yourself in the now. That is my concept. So just like seeing life as it unfolds, or
Hmm.
let's say seeing life as it goes by.
Right. Perfect.
So that's
So yeah, that's really a very good thought. But can we be there?
quite often, yes, I can.
Okay. That's
And
that's really an achievement. Very good. That's fantastic if you can do that. It's wonderful.
I, but I can't say. I mean, when I was in my 20s, I'm sure I wasn't that.
Yeah, of course, yes. At different points in time in our life, we are learning and growing, and there is a reason for why we don't do that. It is equally important not to do that also. But uh,
True.
now, when we are learning about it, having a clear understanding is important, right? That's why I'm asking this question. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's why that
Yeah.
being in heart space versus
Mm, mm.
mind space, that's a basic difference I realized. So
Yes,
con
correct.
space and ego space, that's what I'm telling. I mean,
Okay,
alternative.
right.
So that makes a major difference. And once I realized those two aspects, so it is tough. Getting rid of ego is not, I haven't done it or rather haven't achieved it. I still get angry, upset, hurt, sad, all that. So yeah, sure, the ego is there. I
Good.
haven't reached the Swami stage yet. But it is becoming easier. At least my anger is not,
Yes,
I mean, continuing. There's a spark of anger and it subsides.
right.
So to that extent, I feel okay. It's
That is
in the
excellent,
right
actually,
direction.
right? The whole thing,
Thank you.
the whole thing about spirituality that we are learning from this book is about um, thoughts. We have to be aware of our thoughts. That awareness and the whole game here in the body is about thoughts only, right? Everything is thoughts. So working on the thoughts is the key. That's what we are learning about, right? So it's all about thoughts. And in this chapter again, it's emphasized that be always aware, diligent about thoughts, thinking, right? And when we are aware of what my thoughts are, we know exactly where we are. Yeah.
And just yesterday, somehow I was reading chapter 7 or rather week 7. And then now I could correlate the two very beautifully.
Yes,
I don't know
yes,
why I felt like reading week 6 and 7 and then
yeah,
this again. So I was like, okay, now it makes better sense.
yes.
Thank you.
Exactly. So the base that we have built over several chapters, that base is helpful in clarifying these more advanced information, right? It helps a lot, definitely. So going back and recapping is important. It's a very good thing. Thank you. Thank you.
Silently, the chapter is introduced. There's two particular words: right action, and then you create with your desire, with your so so you have your responsibility on your thoughts. So these chapters are silently related, but many a times our thoughts, if we see, we will be contemplating on concepts, right? We will be doing self-reflection on our action. So that is also reflection means we are observing past again, right? So those are reliving moments and learning from it. Because in that moment, sometimes we are acting out of patterns. Sometimes we are not conscious and very kind of learning to accept ourselves more, or forgive somebody. So in that moment things come randomly, but when we reflect back, then we learn. So actually going past and living to learn and understand.
It's really good to hear everyone's viewpoint, because I don't know everything myself, right? I am also learning. So hearing your viewpoints helps me clarify my own thinking. Today, actually, I got a doubt. So I will talk about it slightly later. First, I want to hear, maybe my doubt gets cleared when I hear from one of you, right? So that's how I'm learning too together. Okay, so let's hear Shailaji. You can unmute.
Thank you uh, so much. Today was such an amazing summary and the meditation. Thank you, Shailesh-ji, Preeti-ji, and Neha-ji. For me, being in the present moment, so become aware. I just want to share my experience. So I had, I know I'm searching for a job. So I've been having these interviews, right? So like 2 days back, I had one interview, and then without me knowing, my heart was beating fast. So I know after this interview, like there is something in me. So then I was like becoming aware of, wait a minute, what is this thought coming to me? Why my heart is racing? What is that thought? So I was going back and analyzing. So what expectation I am having. So for me, so I was able to correct it. So within 1 hour, like I'm normal, calm, cool. So so that's like now I know, like I'm able to work on it, and then making correction, and within like an hour. I mean, it still takes me an hour, but so I'm able to see that, correct that thought, and then change it back. So I'm practicing that. So just that's another experience is uh, for related to this chapter. So I was applying for a relationship. So I was having some type of experience so many times, like past 20 years, same experience, but not learning from it. So then I was yesterday, like I know Shailesh said, why just be with this chapter and whatever we discussed, and see what is that thought which is lingering in you, or how you attracted that experience. So think about it, right? So I was thinking about it, and then myself and Alka, we live in the same community, so we're discussing. And then I found out what thought I was attracting, and why I'm having the same experience, not learning from it. So now from today, I'm trying to apply that to myself. So, how I was attracting it. So, how I was myself only blocking that. So I'm working
Yes.
on it. So today I felt so good, because first time when me and my husband were having this conversation and all. So how I was aligning my thought, how I'm like living in this hard space of love, and I mean how I was able to see that small tiny difference in me. I know, I know to make a big difference I have to go through. It's a long way, but still I'm already making a progress. That's what I want to let you know. So this, I'm able to apply, recognize, correct. So all those things I'm recognizing. And today when Haji said about this lake, right? So there's a pure lake, and then the other one, the small lake. So that I can remember that. So whenever that thought comes, I can always relate to that lake, the dirty water which I'm drinking from. So not realizing all these years. So now it's like, okay. Thank you so much. So I know I can update you as and I make a progress on this. So because now that remote is in my control, I'm taking you know, control my hand. So all this time when we are having the conversation, I'm always giving the remote to my spouse. I feel like, no, I'm feeling that. Oh yeah, wait a minute. That's why. That's why I was attracting the same experience every single time. Then after the conversation, and I'm being sad and all of that. So that's not what God's qualities are. So trying to align it to it. So thank you so much. So give me guidance.
Yes, very good. The important thing in our process of learning is first to recognize which you are doing, right? When you recognize, you have already won half the battle. Now you know the problem, right? Knowing the problem itself is a big progress. 50% through already.
Yes.
Identifying is called diagnosis. Doctors call it diagnosis, right? So first of all, knowing itself is important. Okay, this is the problem. Once you know, then you can find a solution. If you are not even aware of the problem itself, then you can't find solutions, right? So you have won half the battle already, and the other half will come once you open up to it. When you now you need to start working on it, in the sense that open up to it, face it, go through the experience once in full depth. When you go through it in full depth, you will automatically go to the other side. To cross
Yeah.
the river, you have to go swim through the river, right? Then only you can cross the river. Of course, you can think of going with a bridge on top of the river, but for the bridge you need others. If you want to do
Yes.
it by yourself, you have to swim through it, and that is the best experience, because once you have done that, then you know what to expect next time, right? The
Yes.
experience is
Yes.
such a big teacher. So it's perfect. What you are doing is perfect. One thing I would still suggest is that
Mm-hmm.
don't overanalyze in your mind. That was actually the question that I am trying to solve today in my own head, as to where is the fine line. We need to think deeper, right? But at the same time, when we get into analysis, that is too much, a bit too much, right? So being in the heart space and then doing the thinking is a different experience. Being in the mind space and doing the thinking, it's just like the courthouse, two lawyers fighting with each other, right? That's the difference. So understanding that, well, okay, where am I leading myself to? Am I over analyzing it, or am I going with it? Be with it, right? Okay, this is what I have identified. Now why is it there with me, right?
Yeah.
What
And
am
one
I
more thing.
focus on? What am I to learn? Everything else is useless. That's
Yes,
it.
one more thing.
Hmm, hmm,
Which came to my mind, or from this chapter, one more thing I applied. All this time, again, I'm going back to this relationship, this experience, which I want to have a good experience.
hmm,
So I was always looking for a lack in other person, right? So that is another thing which was stopping me.
hmm,
So now from this chapter, wait a minute, so because everybody will have a good quality. So I need to recognize that in the other person. So that like ticked me up. Oh, okay, wait. So from today, okay, whatever
Oh, we lost your connection. I think you have.
Thank you. I just want to say that also.
Good,
So
good.
all this is helping me to have a good
Very.
relationship.
Yes, definitely. And slowly and gradually, you will have your own understanding of a relationship, first thing, and then your own definition of good relationship. All this will become clear to you when you be with it, right? Don't circumvent it. Then, second thing that I want to share here is seeing the glass half full versus seeing the glass half empty, right? That aspect of everything. In management, we used to do management skill improvement courses and all. We learned there about strength based management. So when you are managing a group of people, you've got 50 100 people working for you, and then you have to manage them to produce the maximum output. What do? If you start finding faults with your employees, you won't be able to get anywhere. So what
Oh,
do?
yes.
You look for strengths of people and then assign those tasks to those people where they are strong, right? Then you reorganize your team the assignments of your team in a way that everybody gets to work on their strengths. And when they work with their strengths, they produce the best. Right? Same thing applies to relationships at home. If you are focused on strengths of the members of your family, you will receive that output, the maximization of relationships. Right? So when we are focusing on lack, what they don't have, then you are looking at the glass half filled. And that's where you will experience that lack all the time. Right?
Yes,
So
that's yes.
that
I
and it's true for all members of the family, with your children also, with your parents also, everywhere it's the same thing. The experience will shift completely, because now you are looking for strengths, and everybody has beautiful set of strengths. All of us have that, right? So we can't
yeah.
ignore it either. We cannot ignore it, right? So look for the strengths and you will get the experience of their strengths. Their strengths, remember.
Oh,
So it's,
thank you.
yeah. Okay, so very good. If your spouse is good at washing dishes, give them the task.
Yeah, same. Yeah. So he is. It's very good.
Good,
Thank you.
excellent. Yeah, thank you. All right. What else? Asha ji wanted to ask something. You can unmute and speak.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Now, I was just saying the present moment is important because that's the only moment we can control, because we cannot go in the past and we don't know about the future. So, the present is the only one you can take action. And it is actually the place where life is actually happening right now. So, our experiences, interaction, and whatever is going on, it's in the present moment. So,
Perfect. Yes.
so
Very
when
good.
we, yeah,
Yes.
so when we are in the present moments, we are allow the mindfulness.
Yes. Perfect. Absolutely beautiful. Now, what we have to, it's very conceptually we understand this, right? Being in the present, what does this really mean? We know why it is important. Being in the present means everything is happening now, so we cannot control anything in the past or future. Perfect. This is an understanding.
Right.
But what is the reason why we are not in the present?
Because we are
The-
stuck in the distractions of the past and we are so much worried about the future. Yeah.
yes. So our mind is not where we are. Mind
Yeah.
is either
That's
in the past or the future. So mind is not in the present. We are in the present. You are doing something, your hands are busy doing something, but your mind is not there.
And that is so true. I'm driving and I'm talking right now. So, yeah.
Exactly, right? So that sort of misalignment of mind and body is what keeps us away from the present moment. So being in the present means bring your mind in alignment with your body,
Yeah.
right?
Thank you.
And
Yes.
then you are 100% available to what you are doing. Without, otherwise you are doing things without the mind. Remember,
Yes.
right? And that's when accidents happen. That's when results go bad. That's when all kinds of mishaps happen. When we are not there, distraction. And these days we have toys to distract us all the time,
Yes.
right? So this is all the more important for us to be alert on where my mind is. That is mindfulness, being alert. Alert, well, okay, what am I thinking about? Is it the past or the future? Right? And what does it help me with? Right? Is it really beneficial for me to do that? That was the debate going on in my head today. So Understanding that the meaning of being in the present is bringing your mind in alignment with what you are doing at the moment. If you are doing the dishes, your mind should be about doing the dishes. Right there, watching your hands, watching the vessels, watching the soap, watching the scrubber, everything that you have happening there. If the mind is focused there, you will not only do a good job of doing the dishes, but also enjoy the process. You will begin to feel good about doing the dishes itself. That is my personal experience. When you are present there, your mind is there, then you are actually experiencing the process. When your mind is not there and you are doing something, your experience is zero, because mind is busy somewhere else. We are not learning, right? So when you bring the mind to what you are doing, you are also learning from it. The another important thing about being in the present is you are aware of everything that you have. That's what is written in the chapter, right? Bring your awareness to what you do have. So that can happen only when you bring your awareness to the present, whatever you are doing. Then you see what do you have. And when you see what you have, your heart fills with gratitude. Oh my God, I have all this. I never paid attention to it. I still have this. Right? You begin to see the qualities of your own family members. Wow, my son is able to do all this. I never paid attention to it. He has been doing it. I never paid attention. Your son may be trying to sing, maybe, right? Constantly humming in his own mood, he's happily doing that. You never paid attention that he is a good singer. And now, when you are in the present, where you are, when you are with your son, you are paying full attention to your son, then you are able to recognize your son's talents. And that's when you begin to feel good. That's more important. Your own changes will begin to happen. That shift that we are talking about will happen then. You begin to feel the qualities of God, the ones that we all inherited. That's the experience we create. So being in the present is crucial and critical for that. And we are now we also know the tricks, right? Babaji has taught tricks in this chapter. What is the first trick that he taught is bring your senses to what you are doing, right? What you are hearing, what you are smelling, what you are seeing, make your senses feel at that time. Activate your senses. So when you activate your senses, for that you need the mind to be available. Otherwise you can't activate senses. Remember, try doing it. Anytime
That
you
is
want
where
to.
the Babaji is saying to bring your mind with your present moment, with your
Yeah,
body,
yes,
all the five senses.
yes.
Right. So, but still, the book talks about auto fine tuning to God's thought. Even in this chapter, Babaji is saying that, at this point, it is easy to lapse into complacency. Be aware, even with the grand knowledge, you must be ever vigilant and diligent in your thinking. He's warning that. But he says it becomes more and more automatic to be tuned to God's infinite source of thoughts, infinite resource of thought. So he's saying that automatically you will think like that after a certain experience, after a certain stage, we will be in that state where we will naturally think in God's thought. Right. So in previous chapter, I think two weeks back, we learned about um, the same thing, that automatically our subconscious will think in God's thought. So while that we learn through our experience, sometimes, as I said, we just react. We don't think and we react. So there is uh, no no learning in that situation. It's a scene, it's a plot to learn from. Only after a certain time we come to that stage where we know, let it go. Let just see and feel what you are feeling in that moment. With that one truth that you are still okay. You have not done anything wrong, because many a times the conversation is half stop when we feel offended, when we can't express further. We feel there is something that we are losing. So we cannot communicate further. We cannot understand person in front. So I understand present moment, perfectly said by everybody, and that's where we live. But when the situation is where we have to learn, right? We are in that present moment, as if now, after these 21 weeks, if we are in this present moment, experiencing things totally, what is said and what is felt, what is taken, it's a learning on the spot. What happened, happened, and forget and move on. And when a new idea comes, then you want to see, okay, from where you are taking that idea. Is it your true desire? Is it, again, is it somebody's thought, or it is to make somebody happy? What's that reason that you are picking a new thing and doing it, right? So definitely everything is perfect. Day-to-day activity, what we do, where we stay in our heart center, how we do it, it's all okay. If thoughts of poverty is okay, if thought of self-reflection comes, when it is about me and some event, there also Babaji says, okay, you send thought of love, you send love. But at that moment, sometimes you pick on yourself. I could not accept myself in this particular um, area, right? So I want to accept myself, and then I do the creating formula. So those are the ways we are coming to the stage where we can find ourselves automatically tuning to God's thought, automatically coming to the stage where we are thinking right, doing right action in our natural way. So it's a journey. I mean, everybody knows how to live. And there's a message from Neha ji also, that staying in the present is to flow and stick with every second. Try not to observe also. We need to observe. And observations lead to judgment. Judgment or understanding. Just think. And without understanding, we won't know what to accept. Right? So that's how we deal with the situation.
The thing about this aspect is observation is important. Observation, for observation, you need to bring your senses to act. That's how you observe. Your senses have to be in that place, in the present moment. So observation is necessary. Whatever you are doing, observation is fine. Now, when you think that the observation will bring judgment, there you have to understand the process of judgment itself. What is judgment? From our childhood onwards, I think 100% of the people on this planet are groomed to distinguish between right and wrong. From the childhood, we all, 100% of us, right? We all are taught to distinguish between right and wrong, good and bad, duality, right? Now, is it bad? Why does everybody teach that? Why do we keep doing it to our children? Teaching them right and wrong. There must be a reason. Otherwise, 100% people won't do. There is not even one tribe or one culture where this is not taught. So, understanding this is that knowing the difference between right and wrong, knowing the difference between good and bad is not judgment. It is called discernment, ability to distinguish. Now, when does it become judgment? All of us have the ability But not everybody becomes a judge. What does a judge do in a court situation? What does a judge do? Judge passes judgments based on evaluations and giving a decision. Right? Now, when does this become a judgment? Evaluation part is fine, but what is the intention for evaluation? Because he has to decide. That decision is to be provided. It has to be announced. That is judgment. When we look at something and say, well, okay, yeah, this looks beautiful. That's it. Right? I don't announce it to everybody. Well, oh, look at this rose. It looks so beautiful. Somebody will say, no, it's not so beautiful. To me, it's not. Right? That's where judgment, it becomes judgment. My opinion is an opinion. When does it become judgment is when I start pushing it.
Labeling, right? Criticizing.
Yeah. And
So that is where.
then it expands actually. Then you generalize it. Oh, all these people are like that. Oh, this is basically a story building. That is not the right thing to do. Observation is absolutely perfect. You are able to distinguish, well, okay, if I touch this fire, my hand is going to burn. Nothing wrong. You are not judging. You are using your wisdom to distinguish what to do. Should I put my hand in it or not? And that's it. That comes from observation. So we should not directly declare everything to be a judgment either. Not everything is judgment. The thing behind, the intention behind it is what really makes it a judgment. When I use my knowledge of discernment, distinguishing between right and wrong, when I use that knowledge for a negative purpose, then it becomes judgment. I want to show somebody that I am better, then it is a judgment. I want to tell somebody I know better, it is a judgment. You understand? That distinction is what we need to be very clear about. So judgment by itself, it's a profession. We should know that. It has a purpose.
Making choices versus labeling things, I would say. Right? Silently we can make our choice because I prefer this. I resonate with this more. Right? So Babaji's in autobiography gave this beautiful example of sand and sugar where it's mixed, and then the ant comes, she will pick all the sugar, she will leave the sand as it is. So that is what is this discernment, sand with sugar and ant, right? But she is not saying that, okay, you are bad and you are useless. These kind of things, these are judgment. So definitely we all have our own choices that we go with, right? So
Yes.
situation, we have to observe clearly what in that present moment, what I am thinking. Am I criticizing myself or others? Or am I feeling less worthy, or whatever other person is saying, I feel it true and I'm not able to stand or speak for myself, or at least I feel good about myself, or I doubt on myself. These are the key lessons. So that is where we learn in that present moment. Initially, before these courses, what happens that we just come out of reactions. Most of the time we do that. We take a lot of practice to not to react, to be quiet and observe. It's a big thing, and it's a big major achievement. Like today Shailaji shared that I am able to recognize it. So that's the first step. Second step, to see it clearly, to allow yourself, okay, even if you feel angry, if you feel hatred, if you feel disgust, just know that it's happening. That's more important. And then coming back to the story to recollect, correct and replace your thought. So it might take a few iterations, but we get there finally.
Being
And
in awareness, yeah, very important.
ultimately,
Being.
what happens that if you have mastered it correctly, then situation happens again and it will not hurt you at all. You will just be able to witness it silently, and you will be in your heart space, not criticizing others or yourself or feeling less or anything else. You'll just flow with your own identity that you have now identified, here. So that still stays.
And another subtle aspect of our observation. So when we observe, we have a thought, right? We get a thought from the observation, and together with thought, there is an associated emotion. Be watchful of that. Be aware of that. That emotion triggers something within us. Again, a mental activity. All emotions are mental. So be aware of that associated emotion. You observe that something you observed, let's say something by your definition which is not right, you observe it. Now when you see that happening, you seen that happening, your observation tells you this is not right. Okay, now some emotion will trigger inside. Why the hell is this person doing this? When you feel unhappy, you start questioning, analysis starts, and that analysis leads you into an imaginary story.
Even it takes us to
And
pass. That
that
emotions will take us to
and that
pass.
is what we can that is what we have to avoid going into. That will lead to judgment. Right? We should be fully aware, well, where am I heading? Why am I doing that? Is it necessary? Is it my responsibility even? Am I responsible for it? No. Then just observe. That's it. No more.
Various situation, and then we have a set of process. Now we know that, it's ultimately our thought. So as I said, sometimes even it will, those emotions, you will be able to reconnect to the past. So it's good, like if you have that kind of awareness, because then we are healing that root. It might be from childhood. And that story that, when somebody praises somebody and I am there and nobody's saying to anything to me and I feel less, that we develop in while growing, when siblings are around, and then one person comes and only appreciate one kid, and other kid thinks that, okay, I'm not so good. So these kind of story we carry from our childhood, and we still keep those deflection, and that's how we see world. So those are all key area of self-acceptance that I'm grown up now, right? So being fully aware, that is the present moment. Babaji is reminding us that even in the toughest situation, you be there, you be with yourself. An easy way, and now we have many tools, as even in the chat I mentioned yesterday. When needed, you clear your aura, close your aura, you stay in your heart, and you see things as it is. You see things, and it makes a lot difference, from random reaction to aware talk to unaffected state in no matter what situation. Thank you. Yes, Annaji.
Yeah, I just realized that we didn't know what our original thought was till I joined Babaji's course. Like, what was the thought that we were created with? I think our thoughts were never our own. We were always living with thoughts of somebody else's, from early childhood. I think what our parents said, that became our thought, and how
Mhm.
they perceived us, that became our thought, and we extrapolated on that. That's why we cannot be in the present moment, because we're always going back to that. And we don't know what is being in the present moment. It's very late in life when we do some courses like this that you realize that our original thought is what God created us with, and that is what we have to be in. And when we are in that thought, then we are in the present moment. Otherwise, we are always drifting to what has happened in the past. And
if you're doing something of which we're not confident about, it'll always take us to the negative, as Neha ji said in her summary. If we haven't done it well before, so it gives us that feeling that, oh, maybe this time also chances of it going wrong are more. So again, we are going back to the past. And we may also think, if it doesn't go well, then I'm going to, create a lot of bad vibes. So everything is about the past or the present or future, and it's never about the present, unless you mindfully are taught how to do it and you make an effort towards it. So thank you. This course is doing the needful to change our patterns. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So I will ask my question now, which I don't have the answer. So I'm putting my disclaimer right up front. I don't have the answer. I want to hear from you guys to help me understand this correctly. Okay. So the thought that I got was that, let's say I'm hearing somebody expressing something which is new to me. So I am in the learning mode. I'm hearing something new, a new idea, a new thought, which is new to me, may not be new to the world, but to me it's new. Now I want to contemplate on it. Okay. So when I'm contemplating on it, where am I? Am I in the future or in the past?
I think my answer started from that point. You didn't even put your question, and I said that sometimes we contemplate to learn. And that contemplation, it cannot just happen from any books. It has to come from life, right? So what my understanding, I am only satisfied when I look back from events and I collect some data, and then only I will be satisfied. While talking, I just realized that live the present moment, how and where, right? But when you're contemplating, you seriously sit down and take a note, start writing.
Yes, in the chapter it says that dwell on the things that you have. So if you are learning something, so it's okay to dwell on it. It's for your growth. So
That's learning in
yeah,
hand,
that's
right?
abundant learning. You're actually attracting more abundance that way. I don't think it's a problem. Yeah.
And also, you might be tapping into the unified source.
Mm.
So, effectively, you might be on a way to inventing something new or discovering something.
Mm.
So, it is already a created
Yes.
thought. So,
Yeah.
it's just like what you talked about the judge.
Mm.
A judge is passing judgment, but then it's on the rules of the land.
Mm.
Like an
Exactly.
Indian just cannot pass judgments in Australia and that type of
Exactly.
thing.
Correct.
So a judge, what I judge for another human being versus what a judge judges. Okay, well, fine. About another human being, the judgments are different. I mean, the word judgment is used in a different context, so it's totally different. So, I mean, the similar thing, that's what I feel. So, yes, I'm always thinking about what if the paints of cars are solar powered? There won't be any fuel necessary. I mean, why not? That's my thinking. It's neither future or I like to think. So,
So that is the present moment you are creating, right? Because now you are thinking that way.
yeah, but imagine like all paints being solar powered, I mean, or like chlorophyll. They're creating energy. So my building is painted with that chlorophyll included paint. I'll be creating some energy for my house.
Correct.
A nice thing to
Creativity
think.
in the present moment. That's nice, right?
Yeah, but it's futuristic, no? Come to think of it. So I don't know. That's why, since you said about this, to me, I'm just tapping in the universal mind. That's the way I look at it.
Yes, and that is perfect. That's
It's
absolutely
an idea.
correct. Future is always created in the present only, right? We
It has to, right.
what we are doing now is what will become future. Correct. So
Even
if I
thinking, right? What she said, like painting a chlorophyll, paint, having a chlorophyll
the
paint.
thought,
It's a thought,
yeah,
but it will manifest in future. It's a creative thought, God's
yeah.
thought, because it's in harmony with everything.
It's future.
But where I was feeling confused was is my contemplation part of the future, right?
So what? So what?
Yeah, no, I'm
Is
not
it
worried about
detrimental?
the, yeah, no, I'm not
Right,
worried
present
about,
that way.
I'm not worried about that. I am just trying to make my understanding clear about it. Well, because we start when we say, well, to be in the present, I have to come out of the future and come out of the past. Then only I can be in the present. Is that, are we attaching a stigma to future and past, right? Are we doing that?
Your interpretation is a very narrowed interpretation, I think, this way.
Ah,
Because when you're worried about the future, there's a concept of worry attached. Then the future and the past are taboo, not
correct.
otherwise.
Yeah. So anxiety
Because
of the
otherwise, no
future, yeah.
invention would have happened, no discoveries would have happened.
Right, but the invention will happen always in the present,
Yes, but
right?
the thought is futuristic.
And
That way.
thoughts creates reality.
Yeah, this
And
is
thoughts
why
create reality.
this is where I was confused a bit. Yeah. Thank
It's
you.
not confusion. It's one of those examples which Babaji has not mentioned. What he's first training us firsthand, that do not have thoughts of poverty, do not have thought of lack of love, and he gave few examples that I am a failure. So he's mostly working on self acceptance. But once you're done that part. There's still something, that you are contemplating. You want to understand something, maybe very important, significant thing that has happened in the past, and I want to learn from it. So I have to bring that moment right now, bring that situation right now. Although he says that in the past it's only past, only you can bits and pieces you can understand thing.
Ah.
So better you stay in present.
And become part of the flow, right? When we are in the present, we are part of the flow, we are connected to the universal wisdom, right? The bank of all that can be ever, whatever can be is already there. We are only making it appear. Manifestation is that only, right? Existence has everything. It was created by one thought, all created already. So now let me share an example. Yesterday, this is what happened. Preeti and I, we were both very deep in our discussion about creating a resource website for our group, right? Bring all that we have, all the resources. We are constantly creating resources. Why not bring them in one place so people don't have to search all over the place? It becomes easy for everybody to access. Now, so we are both working on that. So in the process, Preeti said, well, our videos are all 3-hour, 4-hour long videos, not possible for anybody to watch. What can we do about that? Why don't I take each video and start splitting them into portions, specific parts, right? And she tried doing it. It was a massive task. Working, first thing is to have a downloaded video, and then splitting it into parts, and then dealing with that massive data. And this is, every video will have to be dealt with like that. And then you see,
AI?
no, we didn't use AI. No. We did, I would say we did to some extent, but not AI. So what we, Preeti basically, she is more technology person, right? So she keeps on checking on the internet, usually with ChatGPT, about, well, can we do this? Can we do that? Right? So in that process of querying, she figured that there is a process that you can, on a YouTube video, you can get a clip giving a timestamp, right? So basically you modify the URL of an existing video where you are able to start it at a certain point. But there was no mention, there is nowhere there is a mention that you can also end it at a certain point. If I want mid portion of a video, I can't do that based on what is there on YouTube. So she asked ChatGPT, can we do that? So ChatGPT said that it's not formal, but it is possible. So we use that technique of defining parameters in the URL, but when you play that, it won't do that, right? see how universal wisdom is pointing us in a direction. Then what we did, we said, okay, let me use it as part of my program, HTML, and give it the same URL. It worked perfectly. So the technique that ChatGPT gave was basically for programming purpose. Right? Now the whole task has become so easy. We just have to define beginning and end in the URL, and the system picks up only that part of the video. We don't have to do any work anymore. Right? That's
These
how.
features are available if you see Google something, right? How to fix your plumbing thing and all that. So they put that video, they have a start time and end time. So they will not take you to all the introduction and whatnot, but they will directly take you that particular time frame where the solution is. So I knew it's there, but I don't know. I mean, um, my thinking was totally different. Shailaji only said a part of it, but it was this idea that we can use it that way, and we do not have to split the videos, because it was, I took a 400 MB video, and when I split it in multiple parts, each part were like 300 MB, and then it was like no point. I mean, 1 GB of one video, which is actually when we downloaded it was like 300 MB. So, but when I splitting, it's just going crazy.
What I wanted to express here was that when we are in alignment with the universal wisdom, our solutions are already existing. They come, they appear, right? So before we started working on that massive activity, we received the solution through our natural thinking process. See, that's the advantage of being in alignment. When we are in that mode, when we are connected, our manifestation happens then and there so easily. Right? So this is just an example that I'm saying.
These are all living moments, right? Creative moments, living moments, present moment only. I really enjoy, because I feel very, it's a great help when we work on unified, and we keep thinking and, keep creating content or something, how to make it easy or simpler, so that, if I have read the chapter 700 times, you don't have to do it 700 times. With music, with songs, it's much easier. Repetition is much easier. Awareness is much easier. So definitely who takes the first step has to go through a lot. But then I also feel that, I'm in that area. I'm in that zone, not in past or worry of future. I don't have anything to lose. I don't have anything to gain. It's just a joy of creation and being part of it. So then life is set. Easy practice, always be in heart space, not struggling with the, situation or fighting with things. It's just easy. That's what I can say.
Yeah. So this
Babaji
is
also said about learning lessons from the past, right?
yes, absolutely. That is wisdom. That is
That's
wisdom.
wisdom.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so to that extent, we do visit the past.
That's where forgiveness happens, right? That's where self-acceptance happens, because we cannot.
That's where
we're not
self-acceptance happens. Yeah, and self-love grows.
Sandhya ji, but one thing, my personal observation, when we have actually converted the experience of the past into wisdom, then we really don't have to visit the past. It is it is embedded in us, right? So our thinking process,
Only
our
till
level
that
of
point.
consciousness, our level of consciousness automatically includes it. It becomes inherent property.
Very true. But then there are some cases where you just like flashback and then, oh, this meant actually this, and not just what I had accepted it as.
Exactly.
So I'm always like upgrading my own back thought to something else.
Yeah. It basically pulls the data from the archive.
Yeah, so right. And it's into that like really archived data. I mean that file to retrieve it, oh, that had happened. It's like real sudden. Okay. And it
Also,
comes back with
Babaji
a
is
flash.
reminding bedtime practice, right? And that's where he says that you give yourself those quality, you take responsibility, whatever good or bad happened, you are responsible for that. So it is also bedtime also we are traversing to clear our day and then going to sleep. So we are doing that, but he is warning us with few examples he gave in the chapter, that be aware where you are.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you for helping me clarify a few things in my head.
These are like a detail, other side of it.
Yeah.
What's not in the chapter. Yes, Neha ji.
Well, I'm just thinking that everybody's definition of present moment is different. So does it really exist? Yeah. Or we are just
Definition is
imagining
only
something.
one.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So of course,
But
to
many
understand, for the mind to understand, it has to, stick to something. So I think it is important to direct the mind to a way of thinking. And I think that's what has been reminded, that direct your mind to this, to align with God's thought, and you are automatically into the present moment.
Exactly.
So
The
yeah,
whole thing is about thinking, thoughts.
yeah,
It's all
yeah.
about thoughts, because that's where manifestation is happening, right?
Right.
Yeah.
to be grateful, we have to really see, okay, don't go in the past. Now you be grateful of the present. So I think it's a shift from there to here, from part one to part two, part three. Now in that part three, you are ready to be in the present moment, feeling, being totally present with all your five senses and this. And then he also mentions that, it's like, there's a chance, there's a time that you will go automatically in your God's thought, and you don't have to worry. You
Yeah.
will become a conscious
And,
creator.
in that same paragraph, it's written, unless you stay on top of that tuner, you may start. So that warning is again there. Yeah. So you may start hearing another station. So top of the tuner we have to get also. So
Yeah.
it's too many warnings here.
So
But
each
I
chapter,
think it happens on the more we like go crazy, or if we go crazy about it, then we are going to mess it up. It just happen in flow, that okay, whatever is coming, I'm correcting it. I don't have to pull out something and then correct it. Whatever
correct.
comes naturally, it gets fixed on the way. And after a
That's what
while, actually, I think not many things actually come also. Some now I have nothing that comes. It doesn't mean that I'm totally fixed, but it doesn't come. So it's only when some situation comes, then probably I'll realize, oh, I'm going by the old ways. Then I realize. Otherwise, it doesn't really come.
that's why situation comes, right? Otherwise, we don't know what's in our subconscious. So one
Yeah.
at a time, when the time is right, one thing appears, and then okay, you take it. Initially, it feels difficult. But Googly is in chapter 25. Babaji, every chapter is putting warning, and then he's saying, "Okay, I know you have had a long ride. Now let's see what should be your expectation. What should you think about it, and how should you go further?" So that's amazing. So just don't think that, okay, I'm not doing, it's not enough, or any kind of that inner talk. But just do as much as you can, and you know that experiences will happen, and we'll go through it, and we will be lighter.
Kumarji wants to share something. Yeah.
Good Atmabandha. Good morning.
Yeah.
Shaileshi, Pitriji, Nyari, all masters. Shaileshi, I've mentioned you and Preetiji discuss about centralize all our goodie in one basket. I was thinking the very long time the same, but I never share, but I was about to. And I was thinking and make them machine learning, make the chat bot, and wherever they are, centralized, and the people anyone can looking for any information, go to our site and then run the chatbot. And then it would be, I was thinking the long term or could be, the helpful. I have a team member. I didn't ask them, but I was discussed first, they easily use the chatbot to centralize the information and people can get highly quality information easy and then access and make them and direct them to our site. So that would be helpful. I was thinking long time, but because I didn't ask, because you are the both professional, IT professional, in
Yeah.
सूर्य को हाथ दिखाना जैसा होता है. That's yeah. So
Thank
I'm
you.
lately becoming greedy. I just take. I'm not contributing. That's me now. I'm
That
just
is
getting things. Thank you.
that is perfectly okay. Yeah, it's perfectly okay to be selfish. Very important, actually. Yeah. So, a very beautiful thought you have. It's a very good idea. And if the idea has come to you, that means the solution exists. We just have to find it. It will come, right? So we just the process of manifestation you started today. Let's see how it becomes a reality. It may become reality soon. We don't know, but perfect. These kind of ideas bring change. That's what is important, right? So thank you for sharing your thought. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you. So I'll ask my team. So I'm meeting every week. So I'll ask them to make them on chatbot. We're going to use this information and then, just train the machine learning. So it's going to be, and people get the highly qualitative materials in one place and we can guide them, all our people who are seeking, looking, that's
The thing that we are now trying to do is trying to bring things together, right?
Yes.
We have it, and we keep on looking for information in chunks, right? Some here, some there, and when we bring it together, people can have a comprehensive picture of the whole thing also, right? That's one thing. Second thing, for doing any machine learning type of activity, having them together will be most useful thing also. So this step probably will lead us there.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
And this one is, I'm thinking to the rest of the general public population, but I'm looking myself. That's why I said I also greedy for that one.
Oh yes.
I cannot fool myself. I'm greedy. I'm looking for that information. So other people also benefiting. So that's the back to you. Thank you, man.
Once we are done with this course, probably I will share how to utilize the existing resources more intelligently. We will do that. We will walk you through the process, why we are contemplating all this and how it's going to help. We will walk you through, everyone, and then you can leverage on that information further. I will show you that as well. How you can leverage. Yes.
Thank you, Shalid. Thank you, Pratidi, Nehaji. All master, everyone's to the same pace. Let's make it happen. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
May I say, if possible, make it a voice bot rather than a chat bot.
Yeah.
Because a voice bot, I mean, in both all the masters' voices, anyone, whatever, Nehaji's voice or Preetiji's voice or Shailesh's voice, voice bot interaction is much more impactful. And especially for this course, then it sounds as if a master is actually talking. That will be a better instead of a chat bot. It's a suggestion.
Agreed. Yes, I fully agree. Yeah, absolutely. By the time we reach there, the AI is moving much more faster, right? It's rapidly growing. So by the time we reach the bridge, we may have abundant resources available to do things, right?
So Bold.new is already doing this voice bot concept. And you can record your voice and it makes it into Bold.new. That is a
we are getting there. First, I am trying to consolidate, bring things in one place. And then from there, we will have several possibilities.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will open up. Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you.
End result is returning home. So that's the whatever we
Returning
do,
home means
returning home. Yeah.
returning to heart space. That's where we
Yeah.
feel home.
Yeah.
And somebody has made some entry, somebody has made full entry.
Yeah.
So wherever we are in very good shape, because there is work remaining, right? When we leave outside, like when we leave home, we want to go outside. We do all that is needed at home, and then we go. So that going is now permanent. So we have to make things clear. Yeah. Then we will go home relaxed.
Absolutely. Perfect.
And we are yet to get our hearts and minds married. It's coming soon. So
Hello.
that
That's
will be the real
Yeah.
home.
Right.
Next week,
I'm right now in
Shadi
that
hai.
unified class. Can I call you after some time?
Sandesh is on call. Okay. Yes, so next week that's happening. Week 22. Very important.
Grand wedding, royal wedding is happening.
Royal wedding, we have to bring all delicacies and
Yeah.
get dressed.
So next week's post, we should call it a wedding card, an invitation card. Wedding invitation card next week.
Yeah.
Eh?
Pick up your
Done.
favorite dress and join the session. Get ready and turn on your cameras.
Excellent. Beautiful. Thank you. So yeah, if there is not really any more questions or anything, we can bring this session to a close and we get together again tomorrow.
Can I
Hope that-
just
Yeah, sure.
I'll just share
Yes,
one
yes.
observation. I actually have started, I mean, on the roads also I'm smiling and laughing at anyone and everyone, which in India or in Bombay, it does sound a bit odd.
Yeah.
But then, yes, it's fun. So anyone and everyone will say hi, and then they say hi back. I say, okay, that is getting funnier at the time.
Yeah.
But
It
it's
is
fun.
absolutely, yes. What is important is your feeling, your experience, right? If you are experiencing bliss, you can be in that mode. It doesn't matter what others do, really.
I have decided they're happy.
Yeah. Actually, they are happy in whatever they have because that's why they are experiencing
Doing
it.
it, living it. Yeah. That's the biggest, I would say, learning, that everybody is happy with what they have. They have created it and it's heaven for them. They are actually in heaven. Although from outside we could think from our own perspective, but it's only our perspective.
Judgment. That's judgment.
Judgment. With perspective, judgment comes.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you,
Have a
Masters.
wonderful day. Wonderful evening. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah, thank you. Wishing
Thank
the
you.
same
Thank
to
you, Nehaji,
everyone.
for wonderful wisdom
Thank you,
sharing.
Nehaji. Yeah, thank
Thank
you so
you.
much, Nehaji.
She is recovering and I could see she's like in middle, she's breathing deep and then still talking. And I know she said last week, 2 weeks before also, she was like going through some cough and cold and she was saying that the chapter is so interesting, I want to take this. So she is always excited to share. And thank you for making it. And you definitely need some more rest.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
enough. It's already
Thank you.
recovered. So it's all
Very
good now.
Wow.
Just a little bit. Yeah. So yes, the love and of course, this group excites me. And of course, the chapters excite me. So I'm always ready to, come in. So many things. And thanks to both of you that you have given me opportunity to express. Thank you.
Thank you.
We are And just we need to grateful. hear your summary so the universe has to get you back fit and fine.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna be back.
Thank you.
I'm there every day.
That's the commitment, like 8 p.m. to 11 p.m.
her time she's here, I'm amazed. Like, how can she maintain it, manage it?
I am managing it somehow, but my husband and my son are the real heroes who are managing with this schedule of mine. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So whenever I go out, I first thank them. That every day I have to do that part. That so it's all good.
Good. चलिए